You are now listening to the Backseat Critics, the movie review podcast.
All right, and welcome back to the Backseat Critics. My name is Andrew.
I guess I'm RJ today.
Or Smoochy.
Smoochin'? Oh, that's Smoochers. Smoochy.
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 Today we're talking about 2012's Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
You almost forgot the name of the movie we're reviewing again.
No, I didn't.
Almost.
Actually, I didn't.
Yeah, you going, does not build confidence in me for that. So it's okay.
I don't care. I have the
But-
name right here. I'm literally reading it.
Yeah, but it took you a while. And the fact that you had to read it, I guess you probably don't really know the movie we're reviewing. So it's okay.
No, it's fine because I know the movie. I know it quite well. I'm looking up some facts here about the
Yeah, so
movie.
you're looking at, so what are you cliff noting the movie?
No.
Does everybody
Unfortunately, I sat through the whole thing.
Okay. Unfortunately?
Unfortunately. Unfortunately.
No, you're messed up. This was great.
It was close, but no.
Close to being perfect, I know.
Honestly, for a bad movie, close.
To being perfect. I get it. I
Yeah.
understand.
Didn't even land in that good bad movie territory.
Land in that fantastic bad movie territory.
Oh, it's bad, it's boring.
No.
Yes.
Do you see those action scenes? That ain't boring.
The action scenes are one of the few bits I enjoyed.
The homie throws a horse.
I saw that.
That is fantastic. And he doesn't die. He just gets right back up. You kidding me?
I'm not bashing the fight scenes. I'm just saying overall as a movie.
It is fantastic.
Even for a good bad movie, it's fine.
Literally great. Anyways, let's continue.
All right. So before we dive in, I don't have any news topics today. Do you?
I do not either.
All right.
No news from the Backseat Critics.
No news from the Backseat Critics.
We have nothing.
But I do have a quick quiz question for us.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yes.
What you got?
All right. Abraham Lincoln, Honest Abe, in real life, was a bit of a sportsman in his younger day. What sport did Abe Lincoln win 300 matches in over the course of 12 years? Only losing once. What sport did our man Honest Abe actually play?
Okay. I might be able to get this one.
You might.
I think I might be able to.
Do you want to throw out a guess?
No, not yet. We gotta save it for the end. It's okay.
All right. Yeah.
Awesome.
Stay tuned for kind of after the review part, and we'll get you that answer. All right. Where do you want to jump in on this? 2-minute summary?
2-minute summary. Go for it. If you thought it was boring, go for it. Tell us the boring ways of this movie.
All right. Abe Lincoln was born. His mom was murdered by a vampire because whatever. Plot decides it. And then sometime later, in his 20s, he decides he's going to get revenge on this vampire. He tries to kill him, but he doesn't because the vampire is a vampire, and Abe Lincoln is a moron.
I'm stupid.
But anyways, he's got a friend named Henry Sturgis, who's definitely not a vampire, and who you could definitely tell is definitely not a vampire from the get-go. Anyways, they become friends. He trains Abraham Lincoln on how to kill vampires, because sure. Anyways, Abe Lincoln becomes a shopkeeper with Joshua Speed, a person based off of a real life person, which feels kind of disrespectful in hindsight. And then he hooks up with Mary Todd, and
Hi, Mary.
he goes on. He kills some vampires. Blah blah And
Blah, blah,
then
blah.
he gets old, and then
I'm old now.
what's his name? Rufus Sewell comes in, and he's like, "I'm the ultimate vampire. I'm gonna take over the South and the U.S. and I'm gonna back the Confederacy." And the Confederacy is like, "Yeah." And then there's a train ride bringing silver to the Union in Gettysburg, and then they kill the vampires with, silver because that's how vampires die. And then at the end of the movie, Abe Lincoln is going off to watch a play.
You know what I find crazy about this whole movie, by the way? Because you just brought up the whole silver thing. Isn't
Before,
that werewolves?
no, that's vampires too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I thought it was always werewolves were silver. Vampires were stakes. Like I thought they were
Yeah,
wooden stakes.
no, it's for vampires too.
Which, by the way, you know how many stakes were made in this movie? Like you could have like grabbed any piece of wood any second.
There's so much wood all over this place.
They broke a lot of stairs and a lot of fences, and
I
there was
mean,
a
let's back up. In that whole when Abe Lincoln tries to kill the guy that kills his mom, and they're on like the kind of docks by a bayou kind of situation, and Henry comes in and throws the guy up the side of a building. There's
yeah.
splinters all over that. How
When
much
I
wood do you need stuck in a vampire to kill him?
when I saw, we gotta drive it through the heart, I believe, of vampire.
Is
When
it
I
the heart?
saw that, I was like, how are you just not grabbing one of those, Abe, and stabbing the heart?
Right.
That made no sense to me.
No.
I was like, you know how many like or when they had the big party, I was just like,
How are you
how,
not doing that?
why aren't we grabbing the wood here and just slaying vampires and driving the stakes in? I was like, it's not like these guys are the original vampires, you know? I mean,
No, and plus you've
Boss
got
isn't in
you've got
here.
gunpowder, blow up the house, play your like gamble it with hey, they'll be hit by with some wood shrapnel, like cool.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed in all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, quick aside, Speed, um, who was the shopkeeper owner
Yeah,
in
the guy from
this.
Always Sunny.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So feels kind of weird that they make him kind of a double agent there at the end.
You didn't catch on to that?
No, I'm saying it's kind of weird because Joshua Speed's a real life dude and was one of Abe Lincoln's closest friends.
Was he not one of his closest friends here?
Did he not? Uh,
I rest my case.
fine.
That's what I thought. Go quiet on me.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, that's okay. You
just saying,
keep saying.
Speed wouldn't betray him in real life.
And he didn't betray him here.
I'm
Spoiler
saying,
alert.
I'm saying,
I'm saying
I'm
that he didn't
saying, I'm
betray
saying
him.
maybe Abe Lincoln lied there and maybe Speed really did, you know, try to
No.
betray him. He seemed surprised. Okay, watching the movie, Speed was surprised that there was silver. But Abe Lincoln says, oh, hey, no, it was all part of a plan. We saw the guy's face. We saw his reaction when there was there was silver on board.
He had to sell it. You don't know who's watching. Speed knew.
Do you think Speedy's okay? You know what? Okay, no, we're going to the first topic: characters. Oh no, I forgot to record something for the characters. So here's something. Characters. Who are they? What are they doing? I don't know.
Characters. Cool. Who's your first character?
My first character. I'm going to go with Abe Lincoln.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, yeah, he was fun. It was enjoyable. That kind of juxtaposition of having like the stoic good guy be also a vampire killer was interesting. But yeah, no, he was my number one.
My number one's going to be Henry Sturgis. He is the
Interesting.
vampire, not vampire. The vampire slayer that was turned into a vampire.
At some point, yeah.
He was. I just like his swagger. I like that it's the start of young Mr. Stark because he plays Tony Stark's dad later on. I like the feeling I got from him. He had some. He came in. Abe goes, Abe, I'm trying to be a friend. You get out of
Are
here.
you
And
sure
Abe,
about that Tony Stark's dad thing?
isn't it Tony Stark's dad?
No, it's Captain America's friend, Bucky. He was the original actor.
Oh shoot!
They swapped him.
Shoot! You know what? I knew he was from the Avengers of some sort. That was my bad. My
All right.
bad. That's okay.
My number two is going to be Will Johnson, played by Anthony Mackie.
Really?
Dude had like almost no lines, but you could tell the dude he was just having fun through the whole thing.
He was trying to.
I think when it comes to bad movies, that's what you want to see. Is just like people just having fun with it, and that's kind of what I saw. It was also kind of nice to see a young Anthony Mackie in something that wasn't Marvel.
Well, there's other things that he's in that isn't Marvel, but that's okay.
I mean, was it The Expanse or whatever? And Black Mirror?
I was thinking more along the lines of, isn't it This Is the End?
Was he in that? I never saw that.
Or the one, or no, The Night Before. The Night Before. That's us thinking. Pretty good. Christmas
Oh,
scene.
Hurt Locker.
Rated R. But good movie. Ish. For the holidays. If you're an adult, want to watch something fun, there it is.
Solid pick. What's your next? Who's your next guy?
Joshua Speed is my next.
Joshua Speed.
He is my next guy.
Okay, why is that?
I mean, he was a real homie.
Great choice. Okay.
Yep, he brought in Mr. Lincoln to run his shop. I don't know. He just grabbed my attention when he was on screen. He's tried to set him up with good old Mary Todd.
Okay.
He helped him out at the party. So, Mr. Speed, he rode in on a horse, and surrounded by vampires, to save our good friends Will Johnson and Abraham Lincoln.
Good friend. It's a good friend.
Fantastic friend. Don't cut him short. Fantastic friend.
He is a good friend.
Fantastic.
Anyways, my number three is exactly the same. It's Speed.
See, copycat.
How am I a copycat? I had different picks.
You need different picks because you're a copycat. I like Mr. Me too.
Hey, shout out to Alan Tudyk in here though.
Oh yeah, a little thing in there.
Yeah.
Miss Mary Todd before.
I am incredibly disappointed that Rufus Sewell didn't have like a larger role, or like he didn't really seem like he was allowed to really chew up the scenery, which is kind of what I would have wanted to see from an actor like him.
I still have my number three.
Who's your number three?
My number
just kind of stopped caring after your number two.
Oh yeah, well my number three is Jack Bartz.
Jack Bartz. Why?
He was a pretty good villain. He was just dirty and mean, and he was a bad guy. Hey, you know what? I was not wrong, by the way. After looking some IMDb, this gentleman, Mr. Harry Sturgis, Dominic Cooper to be exact, is in fact Howard Stark.
Is he Howard Stark?
He's Howard Stark. He's young Howard Stark in the first Avenger. He also plays Howard Stark in the Marvel TV show.
Oh, my bad. I thought he was the first guy that played Bucky before they replaced him.
Nope. He plays Howard Stark in Agent Carter as well.
My bad. Good call.
I knew I wasn't wrong. You
Yeah,
had
two
me
claps for
worried
you
there.
for knowing Marvel movies.
You had me shaking inside of my AMD boots.
IMDb boots.
Yep.
All right.
IMDb boots.
All right. What do you want to go into next?
Let's go into the wonderful world of scenes.
We're off to talk about scenes.
What's happening?
The magical
What is going
wizard
on?
of scenes.
I'm so confused. Everything. What is your number one scene, RJ?
My number one scene is the training montage. It doesn't get much more sillier than that.
I'm right there with you for that training montage.
Just some of
100%.
the actions with the axe, like spinning it around. I think when they're in like the woods and just some of the stuff he's doing, I was like, what the heck are they doing here?
That was super goofy.
So I am going with the training montage. Sounds like you're right there with me.
Uh-huh.
All right.
My number two. My number two is going to be, and I kind of hated the scene, but the horse stampede scene. The fight scene.
Okay.
You've got over-the-top action, horrible, bad CGI. You've got weird pacing and inconsistent shots. It was wonderful.
Okay.
I don't know. That's one scene where I think I had the most fun.
Well, I wrote down rocks for mine, and I don't remember what I meant by rocks.
Rocks.
I can't remember which scene that would have been.
Would have that been the where they reveal that there wasn't silver on the train? It was just rocks.
That's what it was. There we are. When he looks at it, and Henry Sturgis, I think it is, he sees it
Henry
inside of
Sturgis is dead by this point. It's what's
Sturgis
his face?
lives.
Rufus Sewell.
No, Sturgis lives.
Sturgis died.
No. He lives. He's the vampire. He lived. It was you're talking about Mr. Joshua Speed that dies. Our good
Hold
friend
on.
Sturgis lived. Because he's at the one at the end that says, "Hey, where are you
No.
headed off to?"
It is Rufus Sewell that points out it's rocks, not Sturgis.
Well, what happens is that he breaks the crate with Sturgis's face. And Sturgis is looking inside there and he starts laughing. And Rufus Sewell's like, "What are you laughing about?" And he looks in there and pulls it out, and they're rocks. That's the scene.
That's the scene.
It was a comedic scene in the end fight, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the little comedy in there. That's what makes a good, bad movie, with comedy and bad parts in the movie where there shouldn't be comedy.
Yeah.
All right, what's your next pick?
This is only number two.
No, this is your number 3.
Oh shoot! Yeah, you were right. This is tougher than I thought.
I got one. Maybe this will spark you.
No.
Okay, I'll wait then.
Hold on. I'm still thinking. Still thinking. No. 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 Nope. No. Stop. Nope. Nope.
All right, what do you got?
Okay. I got nothing. Go ahead.
The end.
The end? Is it
The
where
end.
Mary Todd?
No. When he goes, "Where are you off to?" "I'm going off to a play." And I was like, "There's history. This is
Fair
facts."
enough.
Our president killed some vampires and went off and died. After he saved us from the vampires, he went off and died. Facts. This movie was a historical document. It was factual.
It's very factual.
The fact that he only had one son That's factual. That's not
Yeah.
fact. He had lots of sons. Not a lot of them made it past the age of 3 or something like that, from what I've heard.
No.
Anyways, continue. What you got then?
You know, my number 3, I guess, is jeez Louise. Okay. No, I'm going to go to the very end. Not that end though.
Just when the credits start to roll.
Yes. No, I'm doing when Mary Todd shoots the lady vampire.
Lady Vampire sneaking up on some people.
She literally walks by like 10 Union soldiers and nobody notices. She starts screeching and hollering like 20 feet away from Mary Todd and nobody notices.
Okay. Is what it is.
That is like also like a good bad movie moment where it's like you have two characters interacting in a louder way that should get other people's attention and it's not. The extras are just completely ignoring it. No one is actually acting how they should act in that scene. Anyways, we got one more section here. We're talking. What?
What?
I'm sorry, what?
This is the home improvement. Yeah. What? What was that?
My number one. What? I mean, is when Abraham Lincoln, when he starts cutting. Actually, I have five moments. First one is when he's cutting down trees.
Moments. What is your number 1, RJ?
When he's cutting down trees. In the beginning, where he's like, "Cut this tree," and all of a sudden he just starts cutting logs and trees just with one swing. I was like, "Who the hell let Paul Bunyan loose and play Abraham Lincoln here?"
Right.
That was my number one moment.
My number 1 moment. Sorry, go ahead.
That was my number one moment.
Okay. My number 1 is going to be when I think it was Sturgis chucks that horse.
That's in my the whole fight scene. That's in my list. Yes,
That whole yep.
that whole fight scene. I was just like, "What are we doing here, guys? This guy's chucking horses. The way they're riding the horses, and the one guy's just running in like a stampede of horses too." I was like, "What the hell's going on?"
Also,
here?
apparently, like we start off with a field with like 25 horses, but then we end with a stampede with an unlimited supply of horses just generating out of thin air.
I was looking off to the cliffs real quick. I thought that we were going to see a scene from The Lion King and Mufasa falling. That's
Just
pretty
pan
cool.
up to a rock. You see Simba up there.
That's what I thought for a second. I was like, are we seeing Simba climbing up here? Scar up there? Stay away, Mufasa, if he is.
Would have been a better moment.
Ouch.
All right. What's your number 2?
Put the Aaron Steibel Jr. killing. Oh, yes, the Aaron Steibel Jr. So that is the one where he goes into, I believe it was the bank?
Oh, is this where he shoves the guy's head into the shelf?
Yeah, like he has the vampire has like a little trap door, and underneath, like it shoots him down underneath, and then there's like a whole bunch of people just that were drained from their blood.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fudge? I was like, and people don't even know that this guy's doing this? Or they don't bat an eye? Like,
Dude's got a little rancor pit in his bank.
Joe down the street is missing, and he was last seen at the bank, but the bank teller, he couldn't do it. He went all foot like Bilbo Baggins on him when he sees the ring in Lord of the Rings. While Bilbo goes, maybe you don't remember that scene in Rivendell.
No, I do.
That's what it looked like.
That's what I look like every morning.
Huh?
I make that same expression and sound when I look in the mirror. Just
That doesn't surprise me.
yeah. Feral.
And you go and take a shower, and you're like, okay, I'm better now.
No, same reaction.
Nope. Okay. Well,
My
it's okay.
my number 2 moment is when Lincoln wraps the pocket watch around his fist and apparently just punches through a vampire.
Wasn't that at the end?
Yeah, on the train.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
like, what?
yeah,
Okay. Silver can just like disintegrate a vampire's skin?
right?
Hmm.
There's just some bizarre rules that we're making up right now.
Damn. What about that killing montage?
Oh, where he's going around just killing all the vampires?
He's just murking them. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I still think my favorite, this is my third what moment, which I'll save for after your second.
Oh, I've already kind of gone through my second with Aaron Stiebel and the killing montage.
Oh, that
But
is your third?
yeah, the whole I guess the two of them together is just like, what the heck?
Okay. Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna split my third up. It's gonna be part 3, number 1, or 3 part 1 and 3 part 2. Okay. First part is when he shoves, I believe it's that banker's head onto the shelf and it just cleanly cuts off the guy's head.
Yeah. It's pretty strong.
But it's just a wood shelf. Again, it brings us back like, hey, why aren't you just getting splinters of wood all over the place? And the second scene is when Lincoln is rescued by Sturgis and he walks in on him having sex in the bathtub.
Hmm.
And then not even 10 minutes later, Sturgis is like, "Oh yeah, don't grow attached to anyone. Don't no intimate relations, Anakin Skywalker."
I see where we're going here.
Do you?
No,
That was
that's
a
okay.
long silence, dude.
But it's okay. We'll keep going.
All
Because
right.
I know the scene that you're talking about, how all of a sudden there is them sitting in the bathtub doing the sexy wexy, then making nick. My last what sort of thing is, why do the vampires control the slavery in this movie? Did you catch that? I was just like, so that's how you stop slavery. You
It's just
kill the
killing
vampires,
vampires.
you stop slavery. So we gotta
Yeah.
kill the vampires so we can stop slavery.
Yeah. Which, like, I get why they made that choice. It's like, hey, you can't really have, vampires on the Union side. It just seems, I kind of wish they kept it smaller, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just my 2 cents. What are your final thoughts on this movie?
Final thoughts. Um, it's a good well for a one timer. Didn't very much enjoy it as much as I did the first time I ever watched this movie, but it's a good one timer bad movie just to put it in your arsenal that yes, I've seen this movie. So
I
I'd
agree there.
probably 6.5 since I gave the Mario movie a 7. I would rather watch the Mario movie again over this, so I'd give it this a 6.5.
Okay. Um, oh, I just got a running out of time thing. Okay, Zoom. I would give this a 4 out of 10. Um,
Ouch.
yeah, it's got its fun moments for sure. It's got its good bad moments for sure. What it doesn't have is like consistency.
Mm.
Um, there's parts that just take itself way too seriously, and then there's other parts where it's just being goofy. And I kind of wish it leaned into the latter, but there's way too many parts where it's just taking itself way too seriously.
You just gotta enjoy it. Enjoy the
Yeah,
fact that it's taking itself too seriously.
yeah. I tried. I tried. Anyways, this quiz question.
Yes.
Yeah, so Abe Lincoln, real life sportsman. What sport did Abe Lincoln play that over the course of 12 years he won 300 matches and only lost one?
So my first thought, I'm gonna lead you through my thought process on this.
Okay, wait, did you use Google at all?
No, did
Bing.
not use Google at all.
Okay.
But here's what I've come down to on this. My first part, I was thinking, Abe Lincoln, probably a badminton type of guy, probably like something with a racket and a ball, something along those lines, right?
Yeah, kind of classy.
Kind of classy. But then I thought about it for a second. I was like, you know what? This movie, like after watching this, that's probably what I would have gone with. After thinking about it in this movie, in the beginning, they made him seem like he grew up with like poor roots,
Mm-hmm.
not really classy roots. And so thinking about it, coming from the high school that we did, we're kind of poorish, but we were pretty good at one particular sport, which is wrestling. So I'm going to say wrestling.
You are correct.
Yes!
So you Googled it.
No, I did not, Alex Trebek.
Yeah, no, it's
Me on Jeopardy. I'm there.
Greco-Roman wrestling. There's a whole article in it on the Olympics website. I'll link it in the show notes.
And I'll be on Jeopardy one day for answering that question.
Dude was a beast as far as wrestling goes.
Which is kind of shocking, because you got to think of his height too. But maybe he's a squirrely fella.
I mean,
He was really thin, so maybe he didn't wrestle people that were.
Apparently he had a very high-pitched voice for his size.
You think he like screamed in his ear, like ah!
I'm thinking so. If you read accounts from like reporters and other people at the time who saw him speak, they would say that his voice would be much higher pitched than what you were expecting, and so it would take several minutes for you actually to get used to the idea that no, this is this dude's voice.
That's wild.
This is what Abe Lincoln sounds like, which is probably closer to like, "Hello, my name's Abe Lincoln," or something like that. That's just my interpretation. Anyways, if you like this podcast, if you like this show, be sure to smash that like button. Be sure to share with your friends and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week.
We out.